Hi everyone, my name is Suram and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to discuss about the exercises of chapter 1, matter and its composition of 7th standard chemistry exercises. So very first is the short answers. So first question is, what is matter? Give 3 examples of the things made of matter. So matter, as we have discussed in the chapter also, anything that occupies space and has mass is called the matter. So there are the different examples for the matter. For example, a book, a pen, a chair. These all are the simple examples of matter. You can write the other example also. What do you mean by the intermolecular force? The force of attraction between the molecules that hold the molecules together is called the intermolecular force or the cohesive force. Next we have the name 3 states of matter and give one example of each. 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. For example, wood, water and air. These are the one examples of 3 states. Do gases have a fixed volume as liquid do? Give reasons. No, the gases do not have a fixed volume because the gases are highly compressible as their molecules can be pushed closer to each other. So they do not have a fixed volume. What is the interconversion of states? The change in state of matter from one state to another is called the interconversion of state. What is the sublimation? Name 2 substances that sublime. So the process by a solid directly changes into gaseous state without changing into intermediate liquid state is called sublimation. For example, the iodine and camphor, the naphthalene ball, that are the examples of sublime substances. So what is an element? Give 3 examples. Element is that a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances via chemical means is called the element. For example, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. These all are the examples of element. Then what is a compound? Give 2 examples. A substance that can be split into simpler substances via chemical means is called a compound. For example, hydrogen combines with the oxygen to form water and carbon combines with the oxygen to form carbon dioxide. And what are the atoms and molecules? Atoms are the smallest part of an element that take part in a chemical reaction, and molecules are the smallest part of an element or a compound that is capable of an independent existence. The last short answer: what is force? What forces hold atoms in a molecule and molecules in matter? These are the 2 questions actually. What forces holds atoms in a molecule and molecules in a matter? Which of these forces is strongest? So the chemical bond is the force that holds atoms in a molecule, and intermolecular force or cohesive force hold the molecules together in a matter. Is it? So as you are knowing, the chemical bond is stronger than the intermolecular force. This is what about the short answers. Then we have the long answers. So very first is, explain the ice water interconversion on the basis of intermolecular force. So in ice, the molecules vibrate about their mean position on being heated. They receive energy from outside and vibrate with a greater energy than before. So gradually they receive so much energy and they can overcome the strong cohesion of the solid. So as a result, the molecules become liable and ice melts down to the water. Then we have the next, discuss why the shape of the solid is fixed whereas the solid or gas is not. So every matter is made of very small particles that are called the atoms or molecules. Is it? So the intermolecular force of attraction among the molecules decide the state of matter that we have discussed in the chapter also. The molecules are held together in a solid as compared to liquid and gases. So this is the reason that they cannot be moved closer or away from each other in case of solid. The solids have a fixed shape. Why is a solid not compressible but a gas is? Explain. So in a gas, the intermolecular force is weaker as intermolecular spaces are more. Is it? So molecules can be pushed closer or away from each other more easily. But in solid, the position of the molecules are fixed and the molecules cannot come closer or they go away from each other. So solids are non-compressible and the gases are highly compressible. Then we have the number 4. Describe activities to show the thermal expansion of solid, a liquid and a gas. Explain expansion on heating and contraction on cooling. So there are the 3 activities for solid, liquid and gas. So activity first, place a metal rod on the 2 wooden blocks kept in front of the wall in such a way that one end is fixed at the ball, and attach a paper pointer to the round pencil and place the pencil below free end of the rod. So on heating, the rod pointer will also move due to the expansion, and on cooling the rod pointer moves in the opposite direction. So that shows the expansion on heating and contraction on cooling. Then we have the activity 2 for the liquid. Fix a transparent straw to a narrow mouth bottle filled with colored water to the brim, and now place the water in the bowl of hot water. The level of the water in the straw rises because water expands on heating on being heated. So take out the bottle and allow it to cool. The water level in the straw falls as the water contracts on being cooled. So this again shows the expansion on heating and contraction on cooling. Then we activity 3rd, fix an uninflated balloon to the mouth of the bottle. So place the bottle in a pan containing water and heat it. The balloon gets inflated as the air in the bottle expands. That move the bottle and allow it to cool. The balloon gets deflated as the air in the bottle contracts. So this is the 4th answer. Then we have the objective questions. Choose the correct option. The very first is ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, 5 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius. So 0 degrees Celsius is the correct answer. Then second we have mercury melts at minus 39 degrees Celsius and boils at 357 degrees Celsius. Ordinarily it will exist in the solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. So that is the liquid state. Which of the following substances is an element? Water, sand, oxygen, carbon dioxide. So it is the oxygen which is an element. Next we have, which of the following substances is a compound? Carbon dioxide, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur. This is the carbon dioxide, that is the compound. Which of the following can be split into separate substances? Sulfur dioxide, sulfur, nitrogen, carbon. So it is the sulfur dioxide because it is a compound. This was all about the objective questions. Then we have to fill in the blanks. So very first, the space anything occupy is called its volume. The amount of matter anything contain is called its mass. The matter exists in dash states, that is 3 states. And the melting point of a solid is same as the dash point of the corresponding liquid, that is the freezing point. A substance that a dash is a substance that cannot be broken into simpler substances by a chemical means, that is the element. A dash can be broken down into simpler substances by a chemical mean, that is a compound. A molecule of an element is made of atoms of dash kind, that is the same kind. Then we have next the last one, a molecule of a dash is made up of atoms of 2 or more kinds, that is called a compound. So this was all about the filling the blanks. Then we have the last, write T for the true and F for the false for the following statements, true, false. So I am telling you the correct statement also. Material is made of very small particles called atoms, which are held together by the intermolecular force. So this is false. In place of atoms, it will be the molecules. Then greater is the intermolecular space, greater is the cohesion. It is false. In place of greater, it will be weaker. Greater is the intermolecular force, weaker is the cohesion. Then melting point of the ice is same as the freezing point of water. True. Then atoms are held together in a molecules by a force called chemical bond. That is true. And the chemical bonds are stronger than the cohesive forces. True. So this was all about the exercise of this chapter. Thank you.